Okay, third period, here we go. Let's finish this up. So we were in the middle of sketching stuff in standard position. So the cool thing is, remember standard position always starts with your initial side on the positive x-axis. So this will be our start. And then we have to rotate 120 degrees. Well, that's going to be over to this side because remember this is 90, this is 180. So this would be 120 degrees. So that would be your first one in standard position. Now, let's try this angle, 315 degrees. So we're going to draw your x, y axis. So here we go. Now we start at the exact same place, our initial right here. And since it's a positive 315 degrees, we're going to go counterclockwise. But now remember, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270. We start, we rotate, and we'll end in the fourth quadrant because that'd be your 315 degrees. So that would be in a standard position. But now what happens if I go like a negative 100 degrees? Well, let's think about this. We start opposite direction. So this would be 0, this would be negative 90, this would be negative 180, negative 270. So we just got to go clockwise with this, but your initial side will always be here. But instead of going up, we're going to go which way? Down. So it's 100 degrees. So it'd be about right here. Negative 100 degrees. So you have to go counterclockwise when it is negative. So hopefully that helps us kind of think. Now think 360 all the way around a circle. It makes it so much easier for us to get. Now we want to decide what quadrant an angle lies in. Okay, we have to figure it out. So to do this, you have to remember divisions are up. Okay, so here is our x, y axis. This would be 0, 90, 180, 270, right? So what if I ask for a 200 degree angle? Well, let's think about in standard position where that would lie. You start here at your initial, and then we rotate it 200 degrees, which is going to be past 180. Where did this angle end up lying? Where did the terminal side end up ending? End up ending in the third quadrant, right? So that would be quadrant 3. Okay, so now let's try this again if we're doing it with radians. So let's try here, 11 pi over 12. Okay, now for some of you, you've got to change, okay, it into degrees, which is fine to do, but let's see if we can do this with quadrant, with using radians instead. So this would be pi, this would be 3 pi over 2. Okay, now those of you who need to change this into degrees, you can literally just do this. Go 11 times 180 all over 12. Because remember, to change radians to degrees, just put it in there. And let's see here. Let me get my calculator real quick. Oh, actually, here's my calculator. I wanted that was much easier. We have 180 divided by 12 when we get here. Oops. Guys, you know if you don't hit the division symbol, it doesn't work. So it'd be 15 times 11. Okay, it would convert to 165 degrees. So that means you would start here. Oops, I wanted to change color here. Let's do this angle. Here's our initial, and then we have to rotate 165 degrees, which would be about right here. So what quadrant is that? Is in quadrant 2. Another way of thinking about it is we know 11 pi over 12 is going to be, let's just say bigger than pi over 2, but it's going to be smaller than pi. By the way, that'd be 12 pi over 12 is the same thing as pi. So it would also land in the second quadrant. Remember, this is your quadrant that you landed in. I would advise drawing these out at first to see if you can get your spots. All right, now we're going to do coterminal angles. And guys, this is so easy. All right, so what if we're given a 50-degree angle? I want to get two coterminal angles. I want one that's positive and one that's negative. So let's draw standard form first just so you see where this is at. Okay, so initial, we go 50 degrees right there. Okay, so remember, to be coterminal, you have the same terminal side, which means you can keep going 360 degrees. So to get a positive one, you just got to go 50 plus 360, and you get a coterminal angle of 410. But we can also go a negative direction, a negative 360 around. So going in clockwise. So to do that, it's very easy. You subtract 360, and you get here a negative 310 degrees. So the idea is that you can keep turning around and around a complete 360 degrees is what gives it to us. So let's try one last one. And then you should have everything you need for your homework tonight. What if I gave you a negative 100 degrees? Okay, so we remember, if we're going to draw this in standard form, we start here, we go 100 degrees, so it'd be over here. So in quadrant 3 when we're working with it. But if I'm going to find a positive angle, let's use the green here, I will go counterclockwise 360 degrees. So that means I gotta go a negative 100 plus 360 equals positive 260 degrees. However, we can go the other direction, right? We can go negative even more. So we can keep going this direction, 360 degrees. So you go a negative 100 minus 360, which is going to equal negative 460 degrees. So remember, if you want a positive coterminal, you add 360. If you want a negative coterminal angle, all you have to do is subtract 360. All right, guys, hopefully that will help you finish up your notes and be able to do your homework tonight.